Hi, my name is Vern Jenkins, and looking at YouTube, everybody else is jumping on the Trump Antichrist train, so I'm going to put my 2 cents in, more 2 cents worth in here. I'm not a religious guy. I'm a very scientific guy, but I was raised by a very fanatical Baptist woman, and she started three churches in the Northwest, and I spent 4 years, 9th through 12th, in a Protestant parochial school with chapel and Bible classes every day. And so I learned a lot. Back in those days, the Antichrist was a big thing. He kind of dropped off a little bit, and in 2016, you couldn't find anything about him hardly. Now, before I talk about this, you got to do something for me. You have to completely forget all the Hollywood BS that you've seen about the Antichrist. He is a human. He's not Satan. He's not a demon. What involves is a man 2,000 years ago named John, the Revelator, having dreams, visions of a red-faced, reddish-orange-faced guy doing things, and he saw things like helicopters, airplanes, stuff that his 2,000-year-ago mind could not possibly conceive. So his brain turned him into demons and Satan and animals and stuff like that. So that's what we're dealing with, and prophecy has been pretty much proven to work. I don't know why. There are some things about the universe we still don't understand. But sometimes the veil of time will part, and people in their dreams will have visions of the future. I know it happened to me when I was 14 years old, and it was pretty amazing. It was so out of my life sphere of existence. And it made me puzzle for years, even though I am a very scientifically minded guy. No, I can't figure out why it happened, but it did, and it happened with Nostradamus. His quatrains have been proven many times. So there is something weird in the universe, and Trump is one of them. But the reason I believe Trump is the Antichrist is because he fills all the slots. Um, uh, For many years, people would accuse John F. Kennedy or Robert Kennedy or Hitler or anybody else of being the Antichrist, but he never fit the slot. Okay, there was only maybe 1 point or 2 points, but he never really fit in. Donald Trump fits all of them. He was born to a rich man. Okay, that's a gimme, because you kind of got to be if you're going to get into politics. But here's where it gets interesting. He miraculously escaped an assassination attempt, and I would say to the bullet going within an inch of your head and taking off a piece of your ear is a pretty miraculous escape. The third thing is his constant talking about how he is going to do away with end all wars and bring world peace. That's exactly out of the Antichrist playbook. In fact, those are the exact words. I'm going to end all wars and bring world peace. He also said he's going to bring a one world government, and he and Elon Musk, President Musk, are working on that together right now. You can tell from the way they talk about taking over Panama, Canada, Greenland. I think now this is very interesting because he's the first president who said that, and he said it so many times. He said it about over 6 times in these rallies before the election, and then he said it in his inauguration address on January 20th. And it's pretty amazing. He didn't do any of this in his first term. Okay, he never mentioned any of this stuff. He didn't fit any of the things. I think it was just between terms when he was going through all the legal stuff, and when he kind of started turning on us even more than he had before. One of the other main things is the reason he's called the Antichrist is because he does everything backwards from what Jesus did. He did 180 degrees out. He's kind of like the evil Mr. Spock with the goatee, except that Mr. Spock had some integrity and ethics. But he has done everything backwards from what Jesus did. Read your Matthew, you evangelical hypocrites, and you Christian hypocrites out there who are supporting this man. Read your Matthew. Jesus outlines in there everything that he wants you to do and the way he wants you to act. He wants you to feed the poor free of charge. He wants you to take care of people with disabilities. He wants to heal the sick, again, free of charge. He tells you to welcome neighbors, welcome visitors, strangers, in other words, immigrants to your country. He wants you to yield unto Caesar that which is Caesar, and unto God that which is God's. In other words, pay your taxes and obey laws. Well, as you know, Trump does absolutely none of that stuff. Absolutely none. He does just the opposite. And another thing is his amazing sway over people who call themselves Christians, especially the evangelical nationalist racist out there that love him so much. He has an amazing hypnotic trance-like thing for him. I don't know what it is. He can stand in front of them and say something horrible, and they'll just applaud him and drool all over him. At CPAC, one of the CPACs, they had a golden image of him, and people were just all over it. They were bowing down to it. I saw one on TV that was bowing down to it. Others were standing there, holding their arm around it, taking pictures with it, and the Bible clearly says, "I shall have no graven images, and there'll be no other God before me." So he is the people who adore him were mentioned in Revelations. It said that Christians would follow, people who claimed to be Christians would follow him and be fooled into following him. Another thing is that he has absolutely total disdain for traditions and rules and laws. He brought a woman of ill repute into the White House twice. He has defiled the White House. She has posed naked in magazines for money. She's had sex for money on film, in a porn film. She's done a sex film in an airplane. The woman is unrepentant. She made $10 million doing this, so, you know, the word prostitute could be thrown at her, I suppose, but I think I prefer a woman of ill repute anyway. His treatment of people, his constant claiming that he's not going to have wars, and then he turns around and says he's going to attack Panama and Greenland. He's even hinted that he might even attack Canada. In which case he would take on England and France. He's so stupid he doesn't know that Canada is partially owned by England and France. There are two different governments there. So given that, I can only say that I honestly believe that he does fit the Antichrist that John saw in these dreams. And everything about him, it just fits perfectly. And you need to consider this. The only way we can defeat him, because he's going pretty good right now. I mean, he's really tearing down our government a piece at a time, violating the Constitution, ignoring courts, and he's tearing into it and putting idiots in charge of departments that need people with the proper requirements and intelligence. And the only way we can beat him is in the states, we can recall Republican senators and congressmen. If you have a recall built into your state law, and most of them do, recall elections. Go out and draw up money, get a petition going, get the proper number of names on the petition in order to fit the legal requirements of your state. The state attorney generals, who are probably Republican, may try to stop you, but you can take them to court. And if you can recall enough of these Republicans from Congress and Senate, then we can have enough to control him and stop him from totally destroying everything. He tried to stop Medicare. He stopped cancer research. They're talking about doing away with child labor laws. He has hinted at some very horrible things that he has planned for the people of this nation. except for the rich, of course. He loves the rich. Musk has an office next to his right now. And Musk, I think, is mostly in charge. Of course, Musk did the Nazi salutes, 2 of them. And even Nazis are saying that that was a salute. So anyway, that's it for me. Now, just think what I said. Go out and recall, rebel against him, do everything you can to stop him. If you have money, if you have time or effort, you can call your senators and congressmen, let them know that this guy scares the hell out of you. But in the meantime, evangelicals, Christians, read your Matthew and read your Revelations. But so long.